Hey everybody, it's Taylor at Boydston Grove, and today we're going to show you how to make a train whistle. Oh man. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Right here. Let's get into it. Yeah. I started with the 2x4 that I cut to about 8 inches. Then I used the table saw to cut it to about a 1 7/8 inch square. Then it was back to the miter saw to cut about 5/8 of an inch off the end. I'll save this piece to use later. Because I'm batching these whistles out and I want the grain of the cutoffs to match up, I made sure to mark and number each of the cutoffs with its original piece. Made 4 marks 3/8 of an inch in on the end so that I had 4 evenly spaced points, and then used my drill press with a 1/2 inch brad point bit to drill all 4 points as deep as my drill press would allow. Then I used the same bit on my drill to drill one of the holes as deep as I could. I used a dowel to determine the depth of the deepest hole and one of the other holes. That way I could evenly space the gap in between the 2 holes, giving myself a measurement to mark on my bit and to drill out the remaining 2 holes. In the end, you want 4 holes to be 4 different depths, gradually getting deeper. I marked a line 3/8 inch down from the top of the whistle all the way around, and then marked another 3/4 of an inch below that one. After that, I marked angles from the center of my 3/8 inch mark to the ends of the second line. I cut a scrap 2x4 to a 45-degree angle and used my bandsaw to make the cuts. Since the cuts are so small, it was pretty easy to do it freehand. Then I cut 4 pieces of a 1/2 inch dowel to use as the reeds. Flattened one side of each of the dowels with the sander, then gave it a quick test. The amount that you take off of each dowel is really important, because if you take off too much, then they won't work. So make sure you take your time and test them out every now and then. Glued the dowels in, I made sure that they were flush with the reveal of each hole in the areas I had cut away. Remember the piece we cut off from the beginning? I used the largest Forstner bit I had that would fit inside the piece and drilled about halfway down. Then I swapped out to a 1/4 inch Forstner bit and finished drilling the rest of the way through. We really appreciate you watching, and we really value your opinion. So if you like these kind of projects, let us know in the comments below. Or if you got any suggestions for some cool projects that we could tackle, let us know. Once the glue was dry, I sanded all the sharp edges down. I cut an angle piece off the end just so that the whistle wouldn't be just a plain square block, and then it was back to sanding. finish it up, I added a transfer and a few coats of polyurethane. Alright, our train whistle project is finished. It was a really fun woodworking project, but if I tackled it again, there's a few things that I would change. Number one, I would really prefer a deeper tone. You get the tone through the depth of the holes that you drill and the diameter of the holes. With this size, I am pretty much maxed out with those, so I would have to make it out of something larger than a 2x4. Also, the graphics that I added ended up getting really smeared when I added the polyurethane spray. I'm not sure why. I've done this technique many times. It's never done this to me, so I'm not sure if it's affected by the wood or if it's the temperature. It's pretty humid here in Florida, or maybe I just didn't wait long enough for it to set before I sprayed it with polyurethane. Not really a big deal. I can just sand it off and try it over again. I really like this mouthpiece on the end. When I was a kid, I had one of these, but it didn't have this mouthpiece, so you had to try to hit all 4 holes at one time, which was pretty difficult when you have a little mouth. But this end piece right here with the single hole is a really cool addition, and I really like it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it. We have tons of other projects on our channel, so make sure to head over there, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And we would love to hear what you thought of this project in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Be safe and have a great day.